fine, yeah. Because I remember going to look.
And who presents this woman at this celebration here?
Me, Connor Brown.
Liam, would you shake his hand, thank him for walking your bride down the aisle? And turning of Dana your left arm, Liam, facing me. Perfect. One more step to the middle. Perfect. Well, we have gathered here tonight on this very important night in your lives in order to celebrate 21 years of love together in marriage between Liam and Dana. And today we get to celebrate one of the greatest moments that either of you have ever experienced. Today we look back down the years of time you've walked together as husband and wife, to that very first moment when you stood, much as you are here and now, at this very same altar, to pledge your life and your love to each other. It was that moment in time you chose to join your individual dreams and your goals, as well as your hopes and your memories. And now here tonight we have a whole new set of memories to celebrate, to rejoice in with you as you've walked these years of love together. But tonight we don't just want to celebrate, tonight we also want to honor you. For we understand that 21 years of love together as husband and wife, leading to a lifetime of love together in marriage, that doesn't happen by accident. But it happens by loving on purpose and by working together, by displaying the same attitude that you've come in here this evening, to renew and strengthen your vows of love and marriage 21 years down the road. So bearing these thoughts in mind, I have to ask you this very important question. But Liam, do you still take Dana to be your lawfully wedded wife?
I do.
And likewise, Dana, do you still take Liam to be your lawfully wedded husband?
Absolutely.
Then would the two of you turn to face one another and join hands? And at this point in our ceremony, our bride and our groom would like to express their heart of love for one another.
You first.
Sure, I can go first.
Seems more prepared.
I was told to be prepared. The PowerPoint presentation. Liam Brown. Here we stand as we did once before, 21 years ago, when I was giddy and nervous, young and hopeful. You were very handsome, and you still are. And nervous too, as I recall. I didn't know what marriage would be like, but I did know that I loved you, and I wanted to be with you and to be your wife more than anything. Years ago, you revealed to me the idea of a checklist. Your checklist for me, actually. Tonight, I have my own for what you have meant to me during our years together. So in no particular order. Number one, you make me laugh, and I know that you will continue to make me laugh. When I'm 87, and I hope you will still appreciate my brand of humor as we swing on the porch together. You have spent years making me smile, and while I inspire more than my fair share of eye rolls, I love that I can make you laugh. You're smart, and you continue to evolve and challenge me to do the same. There's no one I've met who's smarter than you, and I admire you for that. I love that you make me challenge myself. You're an incredible dad. You get better at being incredible at every developmental stage that our kids go through. I could never have known what a great father you would be when we were younger, nor did I have any reference point to compare. But I'm so grateful that I chose so well. You have an insatiable spirit for adventure, and we have 21 years worth of experiences and near misses and more adventures, and we have our whole lives to have more, and I can't wait. And you are kind. You try to understand me, and I feel cared for. I feel nurtured and cherished. I feel safe. You're my best friend, the one I want to tell everything to, the one I miss when we're apart, the one I grow closer to each year we're together. Even when we feel distant, I know that you have my back, and I'm so lucky to have you in my life. I love you more than my simple words can say, but I vow to you today and every day to give you reasons so that you know this and feel this in your soul. I choose you, Liam. It's always been you. Through good and great and trying and downright difficult, it's always been you. Again and again, each and every day, from the moment I wake each morning to the sound of your breathing at night, I choose you. There is no other.
Very well said.
Does it sound like my snoring at night? I hope I picked the one.
Oh, did you really? I didn't realize you really have one.
This is the awards.
The Oscar goes to?
Right. Darling Cindy Lou Who. Almost half a lifetime ago, we stood here in this chapel, making our vows to each other. Standing at the threshold of that commitment to become your husband, I only vaguely understood what my promise really meant. I suspect I was more excited about what the future with you would offer me, and wary of what I would have to give you or give up. At that time, I didn't understand that the path to fulfillment in marriage would be found through the happiness of you, my wife. You know, it took most of the first 10 years of our marriage for me to really learn that, and I occasionally still need to remind myself today. I sometimes wish I could do over that first decade with you, because I know that time held sadness and disappointment for you, and for that I'm truly sorry. I don't think I love very many things, but here are some of the things that I can think of. Our gorgeous children, Connor and Maeve. You are the most caring mother they could ever hope for. They just need 21 years to come to that realization themselves. Returning to you from a business trip to our home that you filled with laughter and love and baking. Waking up beside you on a lazy weekend, especially by the shore of a lake. It doesn't matter if we went to bed the night before in a cabin or a tent. Seeing you laugh out loud. You roar when you laugh, did you know that? Looking back on the measure of our marriage, I looked for some Canadian wisdom, and this is what I found. One evening, an old Inuit told his grandson about a battle that goes on inside people. He said, "My son, the battle is between two wolves inside us all. One is evil. It is anger, envy, jealousy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, inferiority, lies, false pride, superiority, and ego. The other is good. It is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity, truth, compassion, and faith." The grandson thought about it for a moment and then asked his grandfather, "Which wolf wins?" The old Inuit simply replied, "The one you feed." Darling, I know I'm not easy to love. I overreact more than I should. Every once in a while I might be distant, but I love you, Dana, with all of my heart. I love you so intensely that I hope you've forgotten what life was like before I came along. I wrote these words exactly 21 years after that visit to the tattoo parlor in Hollywood to ask you to be my wife. Life doesn't unfold the way you plan for, and sometimes that's for the best. I love you, darling, and I promise to keep feeding our love forever.
Very well said. Well, Liam and Dana, would you join your hands together once again? Today, the two of you have made an agreement to renew your vows of love and commitment for a lifetime. And our great hope and prayer is that this love would continue to grow. That year after year, as you celebrate the anniversary of your wedding day, that this love will have expanded ever greater in your home. That the two of you would purpose in your hearts to let it continue to guide you and to guard you as you walk this road called marriage. So that the latter days of your lives on this earth as a married couple would be even more filled with blessing and joy than this celebration along the way. And so that generations coming behind you would look at your love and desire the same for their own relationships. So based upon the profession of your vows here today, it is my very sincere pleasure, by the power vested in me in this state of Nevada, and as a minister of the chapel, to pronounce and to present you, still husband and still wife of 21 years. Liam, you may kiss your bride.